Hi, I'm Rob from HopZine.com. Thanks for joining me for another video beer review. This time we have got a bottle of Hopsinjoor from Gouden Carolus in Mechelen, Belgium. 8% ABV. Just from kind of watching Peter the Master of Hoppits video, because he also got sent a bottle of this. It's hopped, I think, there's a bit of Belgian on the back there, obviously. Or Dutch, or just, yeah, probably Flemish. Mentioned I think 5 types of hops, and from Peter's video I think it was primarily kind of noble hops, kind of Hallertau, Hersbrucker, Saaz, all that kind of business, all your kind of lager and kind of German and Czech hops. 8% ABV, Belgian blonde ale. I've been to Belgium twice. I've been to Antwerp, Brussels, Ghent and Bruges, and I've never had a bottle of beer from Gouden Carolus. I mean, there's one of those breweries that's always been around for years and years and years now, especially over in the UK. And Jens, so big thanks to Jens, he sent me this bottle of beer and the Cuvée de Kaiser, which I've heard fantastic things about. So let's get this in the glass. I've got this relatively cool because Peter had a lot of problems with the carbonation on his, so I was hoping that I'd be able to pour it and it wouldn't go too mental. Yeah, I think it's quite highly carbonated, and Peter had like a monstrous head. As always, as we proved on the collab that me and Peter did, I can pour a better beer than he can. He has a massive head on it. I'll pour it perfectly. Yeah, sometimes with Belgian beers, I mean, I've had them in my hand. Took the cork out. I remember one time it was the one of the beers from Dupont, the Moinet, is it? The kind of blonde, hopped up blonde, the Belgique, no not Belgique, the Bio, whatever. I was stood there with it in hand. I was taking the cork off and the cage off. Cork was still in it, and as I stood there for a split second, kind of flew up and whacked at the ceiling. So I've always been told that 2 things: chill it down, it'll kind of calm it down hopefully, won't be spewing everywhere, and also pour it from a height and that can potentially knock a bit out, carbonation out of it. Saying that, you can see there is quite a lot of carbonation streaming from the bottom of the glass, bit of chill haze. But I'd imagine it's a little bit of a hazy beer anyway. Very fluffy, sudsy, pure white froth on top. As far as the aroma, I can smell it from here. It smells great. Yeah, it's as you'd expect, all those kind of big, it's taking the aromas you get from a really good Pilsner and kind of amplifying it by like 6 billion. It's those kind of big grassy notes. Grassy. There's definitely kind of like a phenolic edge from the yeast. But yeah, grassy, chives, flat leaf parsley without a doubt. There's a certain kind of cleaning fluid thing going on there, so I'd say with like lemon and lime. And one thing that always reminds me is years and years and years and years ago drinking Beck's. And I always thought Beck's smelled like fly spray, when you used to kill flies. Definitely has that at the front, and it drops off. And yeah, Pilsner malt, but then just really big grassy hops. Smells good, smells really good actually. Different as well. As far as hoppy beers go, it's not the kind of aroma you get very often. So let's dive in. Cheers. Thanks, Jens. Yeah, the carbonation is quite high. Definitely got a big Belgian yeast character. I know I think the class is blonde, but for me, because of that high level of carbonation and the particular type of yeast flavour, that it does kind of remind me of something like a triple, or because triples are often a bit more hopped, as are saisons, which is the other thing that it kind of reminds me of. Get a bit more now. Bready malts. Yeah, brioche, I often use that. It's that kind of like buttery, sweet, kind of bready quality. Yeah, very lively carbonation. Quite drinkable considering. Bit of sweeter kind of hop flavour in there, maybe something along the lines of apricots or peaches. Like a peach sponge pudding. There's a crispness. I'm sure there's quite a lot of Pilsner malt in this kind of beer. Definitely get that. Definitely get those. As I said, what you get on the nose, that bitter lemon, grassy hops, herbal grassy hops. Like you're getting something like Yeeva, which I'm a big fan of. Actually, yeah, the aroma is definitely, as I know I said Beck's, but it's definitely the kind of thing you get from Yeeva. Slight clove from that funky clove kind of character you get from the Belgian yeast strain. Cleans out straight away, leaving me with a nice bit of kind of residual bitterness, which is quite herbal once again. But once again, that I'd say the zest of a lime. Maybe slight metallic mineral note in there, but very nice, very nice. As far as my first Gouden Carolus beer, it is very nice, and I think the thing that I get out of this more than anything else is the amount of hops that are being used, and because of the specific type of hops, it's not often you get a load of hop flavour and hop aroma in this kind of way from those type of hops, which I think is really nice. You never get a lager this highly hopped. And then if somebody tries to use these kind of hops, they're not often teamed up with the right kind of yeast and the right kind of malts, and I think it is done really nicely in this. Excuse me. As I said, quite carbonated. Very enjoyable though. Big thanks, Jens. Another winner. The man knows his beer. That's a bottle of Gouden Carolus from Belgium. Mechelen, which I think De Dol are from that area. It's kind of Anderlecht area, I think, kind of somewhere between kind of Antwerp and Brussels. Anyway, I'm waffling. I don't know my geography, clearly. Hopsinjoor, 8%, hopped up, blonde ale. I'm going to call it a triple. Very nice indeed. I'm Rob from HopZine.com. See you next time. Cheers.